So, hello everyone, welcome to the talk. We got 59 online, 58 online at the moment, so we'll probably have some more people joining shortly. But just to give you an idea, it's the 10 ultimate keys to success in engineering. You know what the most important lesson here, guys, is? Don't forget to take the key and open the door and get through to success. Right?
Hey, that's a good one.
So, Dr. Manesh, basically, expert in this area, basically, so don't be shy of his brain. Not physically, no. Fungus.
Thank you very much. Samada, thank you for your help. Welcome to our talk, everybody. Really appreciate you being here. You know, it takes a lot of your energy and coming in here, spending time with me, an hour with me here. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, you get something with you for all the rest of your life, because it would be very valuable. As you see in a moment, this talk is about unlocking excellence for students, professionals, and educators. How many people are in the education, in the teaching business? Anyone teaching at anyone? No one teaching? Okay, so educators probably see, I'll record this for future, but let's go on and talk about what I have in mind. Okay, so now, after 25 years of research and investigation, I've come up with 10 proven principles that have emerged to elevate your success in science or engineering. Now, this is designed for you to get yourself at a much higher level. So the focus is on acquiring skill sets far beyond average. You want to get yourself something you're above average. That's the whole idea. Because average and mediocrity does not pay off. Now, so engineering is about action and impact. Now, what does Einstein say about that? He says, scientists investigate that which already is. Engineers create that which has never been. So your job is creating something which is nobody even knows what it is. It's the future, basically, right? So the physicist discovers the atom, the materials, you build something with it to help humanity. That's the whole idea, helping humanity. That's why I'm here, to help you become a better person, a better engineer. So a very, very brief introduction about what my background is and why you should listen to me, and why my talk is valuable to take home with you. I've got a PhD in microwave electronics and photonics from the University of Michigan. I'm a professor at college, as most of you guys may know. Industry experience, I've got Hughes Aircraft, Boeing, and Mari Microwaves. I've worked in those companies. I've authored over 23 books and 20 audiobooks. I'm a senior member of IEEE, past president of IEEE MTT's San Fernando Valley chapter. I've got 2 US patents, 44 technical papers in IEEE and international journals, award-winning IEEE educator, and industry-recognized scientist. Out of the 23 books through the years, these 4 have been the most notable. The first one is Your Quantum Leap into the Genius Realm. Second one is Evolution of Knowledge in Electromagnetism. Third one is The Design of Perpetual Motion Machines. And the last one, Advanced RF and Microwave Circuit Design. This is the book right here, which I'm going to autograph at the end to a lucky winner, for whoever gets it. It's an autograph. And stick around at the end, by the way, for a group photo. I'd like to have everybody's photo, and we'll put it online so you can take it home. We'll do it like a memorable night for everybody. All right, let's move on to the keys now. What are the keys? Each key is truly a master key that can open many doors. You know what master keys are, right? Master keys are when you have like a series of buildings, you have one master key that opens a lot of rooms. So each key is a master key. Now each key presents a major discovered principle in the engineering sciences, revealing a higher level of truth that we normally see in our classroom. Our classroom gives you limited truth. It's a much higher truth than you are used to. And you'll see in a moment why. Each key can be applied independently but when applied simultaneously, the highest level of success can be achieved. Not only that, I'm going to reveal something to you that you may not, because I gave the title Keys to Success in Engineering, but actually, these are keys to life. And you see in a moment why. They can open any doors. So here is what we're looking at. Success requires keys, but so therefore having a key helps you to excel in life and engineering along with it. So let's look at key number one. What is key number one? The viewpoint key. What is it? It's the most important factor of all the keys. Why? Because this is the visionary or the founder of any operation, without whom there is no real driving force behind that activity. The viewpoint of the individual, if polished up and trained expertly in any activity, will produce success far beyond average. In the viewpoint key, you need to develop 4 abilities. What are they? Number 1, create a safe and a stable space to operate in. You need to create that in your vicinity, mentally. It's all mentally, by the way. Number 2, be able to create mental and physical energy. Number 3, be able to create an exchangeable product or service. And number 4, be able to create long-term solutions in any intended activity. So the result is that success starts with you as the foundation. And for you to be successful, you need to do 4 things. Master 4 abilities. If you can master those 4 abilities, you are on your way to success. Now, the next slide shows you what I mean by that. See that little light in the middle? That's you. You are the center. You are the light, the life force of everything that you do. So you shine your light around you, and all the things around you, they become alive because of you shine the light, your light. So you as a life source have a lot of power, and that power translates into which direction you want to go with it. So that's very essential to realize that viewpoint that you have dictates the direction you're going to go. So polish it up, very important. Now let's talk about key number 2, the knowledge key. When we come to school, to give us the knowledge, right? But this knowledge is not, in my view, very organized. The actual knowledge should be in this fashion. At the top of the pyramid, it's a pyramid, right? Postulates, foundational materials, basic considerations. Then we have axioms and natural laws. Then we have nomenclature, which is the definition of terminology. Then we have theory, then we have theorems, theory and analysis, charts, tables, diagrams. Then we have design methodology, application technology, manufacturing principles, application software, and application mass. You see here the concept from 0, as you can see right here, on the right-hand side, 0 to infinity. From a simple concept at the top of the pyramid to the very complicated application mass. For example, a TV is an application mass, right? To get to the TV produced, you need to go through all of the steps. You need to learn electronics. Electronics is probably down here, theory analysis. But how did the electronics develop? It came from theorems. It came from definition of terms, axioms, and came from postulates. And then, of course, as you go down to manufacturing application software. Look down, PSpice is an application software. But look where it ranks. It ranks very close to the bottom. It's not essential. It's not foundational. The foundation is at the top right here. So you can see this foundation here. Then we have here fundamental concepts right in the middle. And toward the end, we have applications. So at the top is simplicity. At the bottom, we have complexity. And by the way, what you're looking at here is this. The bottom of this pyramid, application software and application mass, constantly evolves. Every year, you hear the new iPhone, the new car model, the new things coming out. That's in the bottom. That's the bottom of the pyramid's application is. The top of the pyramid never changes. The top is what you're coming to school to learn. You learn the top of the pyramid at the top. At the bottom of the pyramid evolves every year. Every few every few months, things get updated. Even software get updated. So that's natural. We accept that. But we don't realize that the top of the pyramid never changes. And that's what you're learning at school here. Now, so the key too is knowledge. You see here? I'm showing you a picture of a knowledge, how from a book you can develop everything else. From that knowledge that you get, you probably can develop a lot of life around you. And they pay you for your knowledge. So don't underestimate the power of knowledge. It's very important. But that's only one of the keys. That's what the school gives you, one of the keys. You go to school, you take a course, you take key number 2. But there's 8 more keys that you need to polish up. Now, key number 3, the leadership key. What is it? In any operation, the importance of the positive leadership cannot be overemphasized. There are 6 qualities a leader should have. Number 1, being positive cause. A person who can do positive things for the company. Number 2, assumption of a professional identity. Be professional in what you do, in what you are carrying out. Number 3, having a keen awareness of the flow of particles and activities. Number 4, being able to form pertinent thoughts. If you're doing a management job, think with your customers, think with your company policy. That's pertinent thoughts. Number 5, being in good communication with others. A good manager always talks to his customers. Very important. You cannot ignore that. Number 6, being able to think on one's feet, perceive solutions, and select the best option. Very important. A good manager always solves the problem. He's a problem solver. That's what the leader is all about. And that's what I want you to be, a leader, a problem solver. So what's the result here? Engineers must lead innovations, not just follow. Build leadership through communication and emotional intelligence. So it's very crucial that you learn to become a leader in your field, because that's where you're going to now start being noticed by the society around you. If you stay average, no one notices you. If you start becoming a leader, that makes a big difference. Now the next diagram shows you what I mean in a moment. It's a diagram. See here? The guy at the top is a leader. He's helping out somebody else climb the mountain. That's a leader's job, to help people to climb mountains. That's leadership. It's not about position or authority or clout. It's about helping other people achieve what you have achieved. He's at the top of the mountain. He's giving a helping hand somebody else. That's leadership. And very important. Now, let's go key number 4. The idea key. Now, what's the idea key? Idea key is a correct idea. If you have a correct idea, that provides the winning edge in any business you're in. I'll give you an example in a moment. The 4 primary building idea blocks are establishment of the operation, production in that operation, exchange the produced products, leading to longevity of the operation. So the old saying that comes to mind is the ability to convert ideas to things is a secret of outward success. So a good example is Bill Gates. In 1980, he came up with the idea of Windows operating system, right? And he bought a company, Microsoft, for very small, $50,000, very small. He bought it, and he developed Windows operating system, and he basically didn't sell it, he licensed it. And from that point on, the world changed, 1980s. Over one idea he had, one idea. He became a billionaire. So see how powerful that is? But it has to be the correct idea, not just any idea. It has to be the correct idea, becomes a winning edge in the society. So what's the result of all of this? Innovation begins with a single idea. So capture and nurture every idea you have, even the wild ones. And then use the 4 idea blocks to shape and refine them. So your ideas are very, very valuable. You need to nurture these ideas because that is going to put you on the map on the road to success. Here's the essence of what I'm saying. See, the idea, it's like a light bulb. Everything else comes from it. Marketing, technology you have here, you have Engage, you have all this work, all this material things around it come from that one idea, which was the correct idea. See, that's how powerful ideas are. Don't underestimate the power of ideas. Extremely powerful. Now, let's move on to key number 5, the communication key. Communication is the most fundamental key in any science. Everything with the science, communication becomes essential. Now, one thing we need to know that communication can be positive or negative. What I want to talk to you about today is positive communication. What is it? This is the process of giving and receiving correct information, free of false data and misleading information that can easily be received, duplicated, and fully understood by others. That's communication, by the way. What you see on TV news, it's mostly biased. It's not positive communication, so it has no value. The positive communication principle allows you to send information free of false data. Most people have a vested interest not to give you the correct data because it would not be very profitable for their business. So they have to give you some kind of a false data, but that's not positive communication. If you have a positive communication principle at work, you'll be extremely successful. Now, as a result of this, we need to set up an efficient communication system as the infrastructure in which we can create all future planning and activities. So therefore, every one of us, we need to set up a communication system, such as, of course, cell phone is one of it, email, you can have a landline, if you have, the old days we have fax, how about a video channel, any form, an address, you can send or receive letters. Establish yourself in the communication business. Set yourself up with the correct address, with the correct information, so you're ready to be accessed. Now, what's the result of all of this? You need to be able to explain complex ideas simply and persuasively to the other people around you. And not only that, you need to master technical reading, writing, and visual communication. You can read technically, correct? You can read and write technically. I wrote 44 technical papers. They're all peer-reviewed. Other people see your work. So therefore, your work impacts their work. You see, they use you as a reference in their work. So in other words, you must be able to do technical writing and also to read other people's paper, other people's work. It's another thing that you need to also master as a result of this. Because most technical work that you see is true, it's not false. Newspaper may have falsities, but most textbooks carry a lot of truth in them. So you need to be able to read these books and duplicate them and understand what they are. Very important for your success level. In fact, I hear that Elon Musk, he takes a book and pages through it in 15 minutes and he knows the book. You see that? And he's extremely successful. So right there, it goes to show a very, very good example of how somebody could use this principle and make it to the top. Here is what I'm talking about. You see here? He communicates, people are paying attention to him. He's talking to them and everyone's listening. That's powerful. And at some point in time, most of you guys are going to be in that position. Work for a company, you're going to present your ideas to the boss or to the committee or the board. You need to be able to do this. Present yourself. That's the key to success. That's how you get promoted to the top of the ladder on a company. On a corporate level, you need to be able to do that, communication. In fact, when you go for interview, what happens? They look at you to see your communication ability. Are you able to communicate to the customer, to the boss, to other people? What's your skill set in that department? They look at that before they give you the final offer. So keep that in mind. Now, let's go to key number 6, the niche key. What is a niche? A niche is a specialized area of activity, which is a cut down of a larger sphere of operation. So it's essential to find a niche for yourself in any operation to a point of mastery. And once success is practically assured. And you need to find a specialization area. Don't master in everything. Just find an area that you like, master, become master of it, and exploit it to the nth degree. So what's the result now? Find a unique specialization area of interest where your passion meets the demand in society. Because deep expertise accelerates careers. What does that mean? If you have an eye problem, would you go to a general doctor or an eye doctor? I might go to eye doctor. You see that? Right away, eye doctors are specialized. That's where success is. General doctor, people may decide not to go. Most of the time, they don't go to him because it's general. It's not specialized. They go to a specialist. Everybody has a problem. They go to a specialist. That's why in EE or ECE, we have several niches. What are they? RF and microwaves, photonics, there's power, there's controls, there's computers, electronics, and communications. Each one of these areas are a niche in the ECE. We call it EE. ECE is also used, or W or ECE, that means electrical engineering. There are niches that if you go in those areas and master yourself, become in that area, you become extremely successful. For example, myself, I got an RF and microwaves and photonics as 2 areas I mastered in. And I wrote many books on it, but the point is, I'm specialized in those areas, and that's my reason for my success. So find a niche and use it to your maximum success. So here's what I'm trying to say. And this diagram shows you what I mean. See here, you have your passions, your area of interest, and then you have skills. What are your skills? Your skills are what you are good at, what you can do. And then what is the market demand? The market is here. The market demands certain skills, right? If those 3 meet, that's your perfect niche right in the middle. So that means you need to find out what your passion is, right? Get trained in it and find a market that can use your skill set. You become a howling success. Because those 3 things will get you to where you want to go. Now, let's move on to key number 7. Are you guys ready for key number 7?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go? Okay.
Let's do it.
I want to make sure. I want to make sure. All right, key number 7 now. Here's key number 7, the establishment key. What does that mean? Life is a cooperative effort in all aspects of existence and requires teamwork. There's no man alone. There's no man on an island. Everything is a teamwork. A team is a necessary element in the equation of life required for accomplishing one's goals. So you need to ask, who's on my team? Very crucial for your success. So as a result, what do you need to do? You either have to join a recognized group or establish your own team of professionals to help you in accomplishing your envisioned goals. You cannot achieve your goals by yourself, bottom line. You can't. You need a team to back you up. Either you create the team or you join the team. Either way, you need a team. So, what's the moral of the story? You need to join powerful organizations such as IEEE, ASEE, honor societies, great tech companies, etc. That's part of your survival skill set to success. You need to have that team with you. Do not become a loner. right? Loners are thinkers. They don't go very far. If you have a team around you, you go a lot more distance than just one person. So keep that in mind, how powerful the power of a team is, what it can do for you. Now here's a team. See here? Everybody is connected together. And everybody feels they are one unit. And that's what it's all about. Team is about multiplying your power by many folds. When you do that, you're a lot more powerful than one person. You start getting noticed, things open up for you, doors open up for you. You can achieve many things. Because why? Because your team empowers you. So team's empowerment. That empowerment creates a flow of energy forward, which is multifold than your own. As a result, you have a lot of positive things going for you. Now, key number 8, the exchange key. Exchange is a very funny principle. Let me tell you why. Because it is proven to be inexorable or unchanging principle in nature that seems never to be violated at any level. You cannot violate exchange. It's an observable fact that exchange is one of the most fundamental principles of existence, without which the whole world would plunge into a complete chaos. Wouldn't you agree with that? Imagine if there's no exchange, you cannot do anything. Nothing can happen. There's no give and take. So exchange is so crucial to existence on many levels, not just commercial. Even the body is in an exchange with the environment constantly. Give and take of air, food, fluids is a constant exchange. Body cannot exist without exchange. Even a simple example, a car, exchange of fuel, oxygen, it will never run, it will not go anywhere. So you see, I'm just giving simple examples how powerful exchange is. So why is that? The reason is because exchange creates an inflow and outflow and gives one a degree of survival potential. That degree clearly depends on the rate of exchange of the individual with the society per unit time. So exchange gives you what? Survival potential. That's how people go when people are broke, and they're not doing well. Guess what? Exchange is out. As an example, you see somebody who's sick, physically sick, right? What does that mean? The body's out of exchange. So you need to put the exchange back in. The cells in the body cannot exchange with the environment. They cannot produce energy because why? He ate a lot of donuts, right? He ate a lot of soda water, he ate a lot of fast food. So the body revolts against it. He's not in exchange. He said, you're not giving me enough nutrition to go into exchange with the environment, so I can't exchange. Therefore, I'm going sick on you. And so you have to fix that. So what's the result here? The result of success is about giving and receiving value to the society. Seek mentors, network with others, and share your knowledge to enhance the quality of life. So exchange is about sharing, guys. When you take from your mentor, for years I went to school, right? I learned from I had many mentors at the University of Michigan. I still have a lot of other mentors every so on I run into. So I learned from these guys. But what do I do with that? I share that now in my books. I write them, I publish them. I want other people to benefit from my knowledge. So I'm sharing. So sharing your knowledge to enhance the quality of life, to improve human conditions is very essential. You need to share. What you need to share, however, cannot be your personal life. Nobody would read your autobiography. I'm sorry to say that, guys. Nobody is interested in your personal life. What are they interested? What you can do for them. So your book or whatever you want to do has to connect something that they can use in their lives. So it's crucial that exchange has to be positive. When exchange is positive, it adds value to life. When you add value to life, what happens? Life expands, and your own life expands. You become much more powerful person in the society. People can now flow more power to you, and you become more successful as a result. So this concept is very simple. I'm showing you right here. It's a very simple concept. Give and take. Not complicated. Someone brings you a glass of water. It's an intake, inflow. The least you could say is thank you. It's an outflow. The least you could say. Could do other things too. I'm just trying to give some idea of how exchange is so crucial to survival and existence that you cannot possibly ignore it. And those who go out of exchange, they don't live long. Unfortunately, they perish very fast. Someone might say, well, this guy who steals cars, he's a very rich guy. Yeah. But someday he will end up in jail. He will not survive very long in jail, let me tell you. So therefore, when exchange goes out, what happens? You won't survive. That's one of the keys, by the way. So now, you got 2 more keys left, guys. Are you ready for key number 9? Are you ready for number 9? Okay, number 9 is coming up, guys. This is the last 2 now. We got 2 left. Here's number 9. The trends key. What is the trend? The trend is the emerging pattern of the graph of activities obtained over a period of time. Trends are the basic tools used to get and keep any operation in a successful mode. Every individual or company has a trend associated with its activities. The trend can be up, down, or sideways. Trends, being an indicator of invisible forces, have momentum. When the trend is up, right, it keeps going up until changed by some exterior force. It's like the law of, one of the laws of Newton's laws, the motion, a particle in motion will remain in motion until a force exerted on it. At that moment, it will change direction. So it's the same thing. So trends have momentum. Now, a definite connection exists between the trend pattern and the degree that the exchange is implemented and the degree one is surviving. So your trend in your life tells you how much exchange you have in your life, and how well you're surviving. If you have like a medium, like a land that's flat, your exchange is really borderline. If you start slight slope, you're getting into exchange. You've got like a 30-degree slope on your trend, on your life, the exchange is going in. Like 60 degrees, that's affluence. You're really cooking, and your exchange is really in. You're producing a lot, you're getting a lot of things happening. So the trend in your life tells you how well you're doing. What's the result now? For you as an engineer, you need to stay on top of emerging trends. For example, AI, renewable energy, wireless applications, smart systems, IoT, which is Internet of Things, virtual reality, quantum computing, autonomous systems, advanced robotics, green energy, automation, etc. All of these emerging patterns or emerging trends, they are loaded with new jobs. You want to get a job? That's what you look for. The old patterns are dying out. For example, buggy whips. In 1800, people used to make buggy whips. Why? But they had horses. So that was a trend back then. If you can't use the old trend, what happens? You fail. But nobody uses horses anymore. They don't use cars. So the buggy whip, the idea of becoming as the trend is dead. So you have to constantly look for what is trending in the society right now, and then find that area that's trending, find your area of interest, master it, and then get into one of these activities, and you become extremely successful. Now, here is what I mean. So a trend is a plot. Every activity can be plotted on a graph. Every activity, your study time, your energy level, your production, your finances, everything that you do in your life can be put on a plot like this. And this trend will tell you how well you're doing in that activity. So don't underestimate trends. Extremely powerful. Now, we ready for key number 10. Let's see, who's ready for key number 10? Let's see, show of hands, you guys.
Yeah! Woo! Key number 10.
It's the last key, but it is a key that probably put all of these keys together. Let's see what that is. The legal and ethics key. Let's see what that is. It said, a man without ethics is a wild beast loosed upon this world. Do you agree with that? Yeah. Man without ethics is a wild beast. Now, ethics comes from Greek ethos, which means character. It's defined as the study of standards of right and wrong. The keynote of ethics is longevity and survival at the most optimum level. So mastering the ethics key requires one to stay within the perimeters of the laws of the land, which involves getting proper licenses, copyrights, and permits for activities, and getting registered. What's the result? Engineers impact the society, but do it ethically. Do not copy IP, which is what? Intellectual property, as your own. Know the standards and codes and use professional conduct. So in other words, ethics is the underlying, whatever you do is the underlying, that threshold that you don't want to cross. You don't want to cross below that. You want to always stay above this threshold. And so recognize that you cannot function well if you violate this code, this last key. So you can see right here what's what I mean. You have honesty, integrity, and values. All of those is part of ethics, and there's more, of course, but I'm just giving you some possible elements, some ingredients to ethics. Here is what it's all about. I didn't give it this to you because this is all of this 10 keys that I've been giving you can all be put in the form of a pyramid. Let's see why. At the top of the pyramid is the viewpoint key. At the bottom of the pyramid is the what? The ethics key. So now look what happened here. I'm going to show you in the diagram what I mean by this. Look at this. So it starts with you now. You at the top. See the little light bulb right here, the sun? That's you. You're the power, the life source of your energy. Whatever energy flows to your life comes through you. Is you at the top of this pyramid. What happens now? So here you are. The first thing you do, you have to know something. So you gather knowledge, okay? That's very good. I know something, I know nothing. Now what's the next thing you do? Now you know something. What's the next thing you do? You take action, execute. You become a leader. You do something with that knowledge. Now, what happens? Now you did something with the knowledge. So here's a problem now. So you did something, but no one knows about what you did. What you got to do now? You have to communicate that. Communicate it to others. So others can what? Can benefit from what you've done. Now, in the process of now, if your ideas are mediocre, no one's going to listen to you. So you have to come with an idea that's superior to the average. That's what Bill Gates did. So you talk to others, you communicate, but if you don't have a correct idea or an idea that's really appealing to the public, as a new idea or a novel idea, no one's going to listen to you. So you need that idea to put it into other people's life to improve them. And of course, the idea, if it's too wide, no one wants to bother with it. What do you have to do now? You have to narrow it. The moment you narrow it, what do you have? You have the niche key. So you have the niche key, you have the idea now, narrowed down to this area. So now what? What are you going to do with it? Establish it. Establish a team to produce that idea. Let's say your idea was Windows. So now you're going to, you hire a bunch of people and you develop the software called Windows. You establish it right here. So now You got, now people are benefiting from Windows. Windows operating system, I remember back in the 80s, it was nothing. It was a computer even, right? When the first Windows came out, that was like a magic thing. So you see right away, you establish, you produce the software. Now, what are you going to do with it? You're going to exchange it to the society. See now, you see that now, you got to give and take. You got to give the software, you obtain the funds to pay for the bills that you have. So you're going to exchange to get this product into people's hand. Of course, if this product is no good, no one's going to buy it from you. So why don't build it? So exchange requires some level of quality from the product, some usefulness. Now, and the next thing is trends key. So now you got to keep track of trends. If the society changes trends, back then maybe we had a very, very slow. We didn't have no internet. Things changed. So now your window has to handle internet. So your trends, as the trends change, you have to modify your product to go with the norm of the society, to stay current. Otherwise, no one was going to buy your product. That's Trensky coming in. And all along, you need to be legal on ethics. You need to stay legal. You can't dodge taxes or run away from the government and do stuff like that because they're going to shut you down. They're much more powerful than you. They are the ones who give you the infrastructure to live. So you need to pay your dues to them. That's what legal ethics key winds up here. And at the end, what do you have? You have a viable and expanding business, right? But guess what? It's not the end of the pyramid. Every time you go to the end of one of these pyramids, you got your product Windows. Let's say you got Windows 10 now. Now you look around, things change. You go back again. You go back again to knowledge. You're going to learn what is required, right? Go back to the leadership, all the way back again to improve back to Windows 11. So you go through this pyramid a few times. Every time you got a new product, you got to go through this pyramid to come up with what? The modified, refined version of what you originally created. And that's why this pyramid of keys are so crucial for your success to get from where you are here, right here. Most people are born here as zero. Zero, you're born with nothing. Everybody's born with zero, right? Am I right? Zero. So how do you go from zero to zillions? How do you become powerful guy, nice family, nice home, nice car, right? Helping the people around you. You have to go through these keys. You get through these keys a few times around, next thing you know, you're a powerhouse. You're no longer zero here. The zero up here, you're here. You have a viable, expanding business because what you did. Now, many people don't know these keys, and that's why, or they knew some of it. So then that's why the success is limited. If you know all these keys, you'll be having success. Now, let me just recap now. What we just learned. There are 10 keys to engineer your success. Master these 4 unlimited success. Viewpoint or mindset, knowledge, leadership, innovative ideas, communication, specialization, establishment, exchange, trends, and ethics. So, I have my final message for you guys. Success is engineered 1 key at a time. You master 1 key at a time, and you gradually master the entire pyramid. And there is no way you cannot succeed. There is no way. And here's some references for you guys. I took a lot of information from my books, particularly the following. The Quantum Leap into the Genius Realm, 2025. I did another book on The Essence of Being a Genius, 2024. I did The Gateway to Prosperity System, 2015. Advanced Principles of Success and Prosperity, 2012. And The Ultimate Keys to Success in Business and Science, 2008. So I used many years of research. I culminated all of that into 1 hour talk. I hope you enjoyed it because IEEE is about advancing technology for humanity. And I want you to become an extremely successful person as an engineer. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you. So now we want to do the raffle, right? Carolyn? No, you bring it out here, bring it out here. Savada wants to pick. Someone you want to pick? So what is the master
Student,
ceremony?
student. I don't want a student to pick, that's okay.
Savada.
You don't wanna pick?
No, Savada pick. So what is the, brought on the cookies guy?
I'm the bad stuff guy now, that's how you leave it?
So Savada pick it.
Whatever it is. So, here.
Number 6.
Who's number 6?
I think that's you, Carlos.
Who's 6? Estrada?
You 6.
You're 6?
With the red on top? Red underneath, at the bottom? I don't know. Yeah? Oh, okay, yeah. That's a match. Yeah, that's
Six?
you.
Alright, Estrada. Come at the end, I'll give it to you at the size for you at the end. Right? Good job, thank you. Estrada is a lucky winner. Alright, good job. Now, this is the book that I wrote, Advanced RF Micro Circuit Design. If you read this book, you become a designer. And a micro circuit design is extremely highly valued in the industry. If you go out in the industry, and this is an area highly specialized. Cell phones, radars, everything that you can possibly imagine with telecommunications goes through this book. So hopefully, Strata, you get benefit from it. Now, to the end of our discussion, are there any questions that you want to ask?
Just to answer the first one, there's more bad stuff, don't push it.
Anybody has any comments or any questions? Yes.
If I buy your book, could you sign it for me?
Happy to, absolutely. Thank you. Ask for thank you, no problem. But any questions about the talk that I gave? Anyone wants to ask any question, wants to know more about what happened here, why those 10 keys and no others? Because if you Google right now, you Google at 10 ultimate keys to success, you know what Google gives you? You want to believe what Google gives
Your
you?
headshot?
Huh?
Your headshot?
No, no. No, it will give you extremely superficial things, like, plan ahead, expect the unexpected, or focus on things. And that's very superficial things. They're not impacting you as a being to a higher level. Just give you a bunch of pointers, right? So this thing took me a lot of time to develop, and if there are no questions, yes, Carol.
Okay, so you narrowed it down to 10 keys. When you were narrowing it down, was there a key that didn't make the cut? If there was an 11th key, if you had room for 11, what would you have an 11th?
I had 8 keys originally.
Okay.
All right, 8. See this book right here? I had 8 keys in the 2008. You see here, Ultimate Keys to Success in Business Science. I had 8 keys, but then I keep looking. Then I had 2 more keys. Two more keys made the pyramid complete, because without those 10 keys, without those 2 keys, the 8 didn't make much sense. So the moment I added the 10, the whole thing fell through. And I suddenly realized I need to share it with others. And that's why I wrote this book called The Gateway to Prosperity System. See the system right here? And then 2015. And then I went up, culminated all this work that I've done, recent publication, the quantum within the genius realm, is what if you learn some fundamentals, you can actually, the subtitle to this book, by the way, Quantum Leap into Genius Realm, is how to ignite the overlooked genius within. To ignite it, it's dormant, it's like a car. You're sitting in a car, but the car is not going anywhere, right? But how do you ignite, how do you turn the switch on so this car turns on, you become this genius that you are. How do you do it? And that's why I took all that work, did that last book that just came out. I'm extremely proud of it, but hopefully this talk has given you the first initial step to seek your level of success that you deserve. And you get there without any interference from outside, because outside world is not always friendly in regard trying to promote you, to help you out. You have to create that opportunity to push yourself up this ladder. It's a ladder to success, by the way. And if you know the 10 keys as a blueprint, you're far ahead of average. Yes?
You said your niche was in RF and microwaves, correct?
Yeah.
How did you find that? How did you know that's what you wanted to do?
Very good question. For many years, I loved electromagnetics because it's extremely mathematical. the four Maxwell's equations. When I first saw it, most people run away. But for me, it was like, I said, wow, this four equation that covers the entire field of electricity, I need to know what it is. So I took a lot of electromagnetics courses and did a lot of study, but I realized the closest field to the subject of electromagnetics is RF and microwaves, the closest one. There are power, there's communication, there is solid state, all the other fields. None of them uses Maxwell's equations. So that was the only one that was closest to Maxwell's equations. And because of that, I said, this is my area, and I chose it. Of course, what happened now, when I chose that field, I suddenly realized RF and microwaves is heavily government regulated, and the jobs are go in and out. But there's a counterpart to it, which is photonics. Photonics is a counterpart, the fiber optics technology. And so I suddenly realized this is an area that I also need to master to have the dual, what we call engine, just in case this area dries up, I can always go to photonics. And if this dries up, I can always go back and forth. And that becomes my motivation to learn the subject, because I realized you can't survive only one skill, one niche. Ideally, you have two niches. Even this is one niche, that's you begin with one niche. But then but the photonics is very closely related to RF and microwaves because they use the same fundamental equations. Therefore, it's not difficult to master the second niche. But knowing that second niche, now you can survive and go long term, because as the industry changes, shifts back and forth, now you have a job forever. And that's what I recommend to you guys. Find a niche, master that, and then find another allied closely related to that other niche, just as a backup plan. Just in case something goes wrong, use that. Yes?
You talk about building teams or joining a team.
Yeah.
If I have a novel idea, and let's just say I don't have a team that I can go join, how would I then form or figure out how to build a team? What steps should I take to figure that out?
Point. That's a very good point. You see, that's where I've developed on this 2008 as a whole thing established. How do you establish a team? The team requires six main departments. Department one, after there are 6 departments, you just cannot have a product. Let's say you produce this product. You produce this product here, let's just say, right? This produced product. Now, how do you even get here? First of all, you have to have the idea, right? So now, then you have to, that's idea, that's because what we call the idea, which is what we call the expansion team, idea team, R&D team. Then you have to hire, which is the personnel team. You have to hire people to produce this product. That's personnel team. Now, you did another, you hired people now, right? Now, you have another team to build it. It's a tech team, right? So then you build this product. Now you have another product called Q&A team, quality assurance team, to check to see if it works up to standards, right? So then you do that, then you sell it, exchange it, right? So you need another team, treasury team, to collect the funds and pay the bills.
And a sales team.
Huh?
You use sales team too.
Sales is part of the exchange. Sales sells it, treasury team collects the money, right? Pays the bills, right? So that you got a 6 team, and then you did another team, which is called the acquisition and expansion team, constantly acquires new ideas and you expand. So therefore you need 6 different divisions to build that team. So normally when you join a company, you join one of these teams, depending on your expertise. If you are tech trained, you go to the tech department. If you are less financially skilled, you becomes an accountant. So, but one person coming out to build that team requires the skill sets to bring all the 6 departments, then you have a team now.
So you should block it out in your mind.
Right.
Boom, 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 boom.
I can send you a copy of the PDF copy of that book for you if you want any day. I'll send it to you. Absolutely. Okay, guys. Did you have fun or what? Thank you very much for being here. We'll see you hopefully in some other future event. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Grab some best stuff on the way out.
Haven't been in a classroom in 15 years. It's nice to meet you, man. Good talk. Pardon?
Let's have to move back to the lab. Let's have to move back to the lab. Right next door, please.
Appreciate you inviting me.
Guys,
Good talk.
water, grab some bad stuff, go.
Trying to reinvent the wheel.
One or two or three or four.
All right. Take care.
Come on. You're young. When you get to my age, different story. Then you bust up your foot. You can too much heavy stuff. Thank you. Go crazy. Don't be shy. Come on, guys. Don't be shy. Come on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on. Get your best stuff. Don't be your best stuff. Best stuff, guys. Come on. Best stuff. You didn't want it. Come on. That's what I call best stuff. But it's like, I just think. Okay, there you go. Come on, guys.